Hello, and welcome back to Disco Elysium and our search for Ruby. Hope you're all doing well and that your new year has been going well as well. Well. I'm trying to remember what we did last. I genuinely don't. No, I feel like a campfire. I hope that's a good thing. Oh, nice. How was it? I actually went to Korean barbecue recently too. Pretty good. My experience. I've only been to Korean barbecue twice, but both times were good, so. Hey. Okay. Oh, that's right. We were gonna go back to Lena, but I couldn't fast travel for some reason. And I didn't want to walk all the way back, so. Although it's 2100, maybe I should sleep and then go tell her in the morning.
It's getting late, and it's raining. Time.
Guys, the next table from us accidentally piled up too much on the grill and the whole place filled with smoke. Also, Dawn went to Green Barbecue J2. Oh, nice. I guess, to be fair, Korean barbecue is a fun place to go in the winter because, like, it's cold. Maybe there's something, like, inherently fun about cooking your own food on, like, a hot thingy in the winter.
Good night, officer. We'll meet in front of the shack in the morning.
Oh, yeah, it didn't rain today. It rained a couple days ago. I know it's gonna rain soon. What day? It's gonna rain Friday here. Thankfully, it's not gonna be cold enough to snow. Just rain. It's actually also gonna rain on like Monday, and I think like it just so happens to be raining on the 2 days where the temperature is not gonna drop below 0, which is kind of nice.
The bed is comforting, if a bit run down. Still, you've earned a rest.
Am I winning? I think so.
Hums its soft lullaby. The mattress feels soft and sheets.
Yeah, it's a shame that Burner died.
It takes you moments for the world to fall away.
Thoughts, baby. A million little lights.
Also, I bought a new
You're one
water bottle that's slightly fancier than my last one.
All those faces and all
But it holds less water, so it's a trade-off.
all that laughter and screaming and scheming around. Every corner and every street.
I see.
Recorded in you forever on Ferret.
I hope you weren't too swamped. Okay, assuming it rained where you are. You guys, I feel like you guys are just far enough apart that, like, maybe, I don't know. Today was fucked. We only had 3 people, no deliveries, no prep, no will to live. Oh boy. Sorry to hear that. I hope you, have a nice, relaxing night then. To regain your will to live. Spinning in eternity.
On and on it goes, for untold hours. At the disco where you first asked her to dance. Rising, above the dark curvature, the great wingspan of sleep, studded with stars.
Nice. I hope your beer and FF14 are good. Also, I hurt my voice Monday, so I would like to go for a long time tonight, but if it, you know, if I have to stop, you know, I have to stop, I guess.
Behold, there are millions of them down there. The first time, the last time, the smoke in her mouth, the plotted flowers, the faces turning, changing.
What is it?
It's the world, Harry boy, and you're made of it. Every day you're out there, you make more of yourself from it. I'm afraid you can't be unmade now. You can never forget this shit.
I'm gonna bump myself up on my end slightly. Hopefully, I won't be as quiet. Hmm. The colors, the voices.
All stuck on loop, whirling, spitting out words and images.
Yeah, if it gets to a point where like I can barely get through a sentence or anything, or just starts to hurt really bad, I'm gonna stop, but we'll see. Thankfully, this is a game where I can do a lot of listening.
You're the son of the world again. Harrister, a ceaseless agent. Picking up litter and old newspapers. Collecting your little bubblegum wrappers and idiotic picture postcards. Meaningless keepsakes.
Reading your awful letters and recalling things, aren't you? The endless names of the world. An address book you are. The map of a city.
That's right. I am an agent of the world.
You'll go insane if you keep going like this. One more day, and you'll be in the loony bin. I just know you will. And for what, brother man?
Solving your little crossword puzzles. Doing your tasks. Crossing names off lists. Trying to become some sort of world detector. It won't make it okay. It won't put smoke back in her mouth.
Feel the pillow under your cheek.
Beep, beep, beep. The alarm is ringing, Harry. The disco circus goes on and on. You barely slept 3 hours last night.
Do it for the picture puzzle. Put it all together. Solve the world. One conversation at a time.
Oh, are you gonna go for competitive?
Hello, dear. It's good to see a familiar face.
I restocked the empty trap. Where's Morel?
Thank you for doing that, dear.
Her smile is weary. Her earlier ebullience has left her.
Morel still isn't feeling well. I convinced him to stay at Gary's to get some rest. I'm afraid the cold has really gotten to him.
It's probably for the best. It's awfully cold out there in those reeds.
I'm sorry, dear. You've had to drudge through them so many times. Such is field work. A young person's game, as they say.
Her voice is shaky. What is going on here?
So, who's going to check the traps?
Morel will eventually, or we'll talk Gary into going back out, perhaps.
The lieutenant stares at his shoe, caked in mud. He doesn't say anything.
The birth of a new cryptid? I mean, I'm pretty sure there have been cryptids birthed in our lifetime, or at least in mine. Once more, on to the breach then.
That really is too much, sweetie. Thank you for your dedication, but I can see you're coming down with a cough yourself.
Very strange. Why is she not letting you do this? It's like she's given up.
Lena, what's wrong? You seem different.
Different? How?
You're not telling me the whole story.
I'm not. It's not bad.
What is it?
It's a strange feeling. I haven't really told this to anyone, but you are a police officer.
And when a police officer asks, you must answer.
Do you ever wonder if some lovely story from your childhood is just that? A story? Or a dream? Seeing the Indian phasmid was just a story I used to tell people. I didn't really think about whether it was real or not.
I definitely feel like we talked about some that were from the 90s. Yeah, and if you count stuff like the Rake and Slender Man, I mean, we literally watched those get made. But Morel told me you'd seen it. You also told me.
Morel's so proud of it. He always tells everyone.
True.
A terrible sting in the heart. Regret.
Are you saying you made it up?
No, at least I don't think I did, but Morel was so eager to believe my story was evidence of the phasmid's existence. That I'm some queen of the cryptozoologists. That. And for years, his belief made me believe too.
I can see that.
That I am a queen, an extraordinary witness to grace.
But now, we're both getting old, and he's still working himself sick out in those reeds looking for it. But what if I was just wrong? I think I was.
The lieutenant opens his notebook, but doesn't write anything.
I feel like this isn't too uncommon. Like, the idea that, like, you have an idea in your head, but you're not sure about it, and then someone else goes, that idea is definitely correct, and then you're like, well, I guess that's all I needed to hear. Tell her marriage isn't a lie.
It's not the same as the tree. That requires time, diligence, and care.
Wrong or not, your relationship with Morel isn't just about the phasmid.
But it is. We've spent years searching for the phasmid, hunting it together. Without it, what are we? just another pathetic old couple. If I hadn't led him down this path, he could have a steady job lecturing at a university.
Normally when I think about stuff like women in marriage, I feel bad. When I think about you and Morel, I feel okay. That counts for something, no?
Oh, of course it counts for something. But we've had our hard times too. I was a paraplegic before we met. He didn't know before I arrived on our first date. If I weren't the queen of the cryptozoologists, if I didn't tell him that story,
She has to swallow to relax her throat. It's keeping her from talking.
He'd still be talking to you. That's not how these things work.
maybe. But then why do I not dare tell him? I've wasted enough of your time with this drama. I really must stop talking about it lest I start crying and waste more of your time. What you have to know is the Insulindian phasmid probably does not exist. Let us fools chase our ghosts. There are a million better things to do with your life.
Are there? Some of the other things are pretty bad.
Thing is, you're not sure you made it up either.
I'm not sure of anything. Sometimes I still see it, you know. The real memory. Not the memory of the memory, but it's so hard to tell the two apart.
Rising, unfolding from the reeds on a hot summer's day, like a benevolent god.
Either way, I should go. Poor Morel is running a fever, and I need to get him home to Jamrock before we overstay our welcome with Gary.
Be careful out there, Lena.
You too, sweetie. Thank you for everything, truly. Even though it turned out to be
A waste of time. A dream. A lie. Like that, she drives off. The gas engine putters quietly as she gets to the doors, then pushes them open. Outside, the cold, coastal wind blows.
We should go too.
Somewhere out there, a kilometer to the southeast, a gust of wind shakes the felled building, rattling dusty windows, beckoning with strange coldness, to ask the wind once more.
What are we gonna upgrade next? Let's do shivers. Boop. Okay, well, I guess we'll head back to the fishing village and re-examine the wall. Was it this wall or the other one? Let's see.
The once bright mural towers above you, saying, Feld Electrical, R&D.
Time for some safe
The
scumming.
once bright mural towers above you. A breeze, like a quiet sigh, moves over you. The cool air breaks across your body. It brings the salt of the sea into your lungs.
Where's my F key not? It's not that it's not working. Oh, it is working. It only... It's not
The once
working
bright
in...
mural towers a breeze, like
Oh, now it's working. What the fuck?
the once bright mural a breeze, like
It was counting my F9 as a left mouse click for some reason.
the once bright mural towers. Suddenly, there's a sigh, carried on the molecules around you, moving, flowing from high pressure to low pressure, like that of a woman emptying her lungs. She wraps the collapsing stone box in front of you in her breath, flowing through it. In through the collapsed roof, flowing down a concrete staircase to the basement, sweeping away footprints in the dust on the stairs, and then the beach below the boardwalk, its winding tunnels, a whisper away.
She's down there.
I think she's down there, below this building.
Okay. Why?
Ever since I woke up, maybe even before, I've been getting these strange cold spells.
Good, good. Yes. Cold spells. So basically your hangover is telling you she's down there?
Call it a gut feeling.
So, how do we get in there? The doors were on the collapsed side of this building. They're gone, basically.
Finally, my time to shine.
There's a ladder next to the sign. Perhaps we can climb it? Enter through the roof?
Perhaps you can climb them. We are not climbing anything. I'm 43 years old, and I plan to live to see 70.
A rusty ladder leads to the rooftop. Some of the rungs are missing.
Yeah, that doesn't look good at all.
The distances between the remaining rungs are rather wide. You'd have to use the mounting brackets. However, they seem corroded and the peeling rust is razor sharp. In addition, the first rung is going to be tough to reach. It's what, 3 meters above the ground, and you're 180?
180 seems about right.
Not to mention that the roof is collapsing and the wind gets pretty brutal up there. Dismounting from the ladder is going to be hard. Perhaps if you were to not climb the ladder. Instead, what if you were to reconceptualize climbing the ladder?
What does that mean?
Astral projection. Be open-minded about this.
What if I don't climb? What if I just teleport?
Teleportation is not a thing.
Come on, Kim, where's your adventurous spirit?
This really has nothing to do with adventure. We are dealing with basic physics here.
It won't hurt to try.
Oh yes, it could hurt. A lot.
He is restraining himself from using a parental tone with you right now.
Failed to check this morning. Let's up our soft warfare as much as we can. Thank you for the Gulpies, Creeper, and the Strip. And the posture check. Cool. What's lowering it? Take them pants off, boy.
These are some wonderfully regular pants. Not too tight, not too loose, moderate in every sense. You'll blend right in at some pleasant dinner party.
I like regular normal things.
I know you do. These inter-Isolari pants are like wearing a perfect compromise in your nether regions. No one will call the moral intern on you like this, that's for sure. You're a little more moralist now, buddy. A little more normal, even if you didn't want to be. Makes sense? This is what wearing boring office trousers does to you.
Anyway.
The rusty ladder leads to the rooftop. All you need to do is close your eyes and concentrate. Darkness enfolds you. You can feel the distance between the bench and the first rung of the ladder. All you need to is...
do it.
Zoot, zap, pow, crinkle. It's like magic. You feel yourself disappear. Your atoms fading out of existence.
This is a great idea. I know, I feel like we've talked about the D&D character that thinks magic's fake, but they're like a wizard. But you could also do something like this where they think they're magic, but they're just a barbarian with like good stats.
Okay, well, that's impressive, but
I close my eyes and count and cast fireball. But really they just slash a guy. I don't know.
Bam! You find yourself on the roof.
Maybe not fireball.
Having mastered the art of physical displacement.
Don't gloat, just stand there like a Sumerian master.
you know, for the record, you didn't teleport there. You just climbed the ladder with your eyes closed.
The wind at the top.
I think I could do some sort of magic with a snap. My finger snaps, a mountain in the background just explodes.
Faintly you hear.
It's like I'm imagining like a toned down Saitama, except they think they're casting magic whenever they like punch somebody real hard.
Never mind. Find a way to let me in when you get inside. Don't go adventuring with a backup, especially if we think the suspect may be hiding here.
Are we gonna find Ruby here? I hope so. The central support beam has been destroyed by artillery fire. Glass is covered with grime and dust. You can barely see out. Should take out your flashlight. I sure will. Antiquated office furniture, last century maybe. Brought down and forgotten so long ago. This collapse nearly sealed the basement and one can barely squeeze by. This overturned table is covered in orange mildew, crawling with something. Old file folders in the cart, documents silvery with mold. Series of thick, dusty panes of glass. Interstellary suit jacket. +1 per suggestion. Need to see if there's a door we can let Kim in through. Even with a flashlight, a crevice in the wall. Oh. Blueprints in the sand. One of the souls appears more worn than the others. Here we go.
2 rusty metal plates that slide apart form a crude door. It's been here under the boardwalk for a while. The doors seem to be on rails, but they've gotten jammed. You grab a side and put some strength into prying it open. With the help of your partner, the 2 metal panels slide open with a creak.
Huh. I hope no one dangerous heard that.
How did you even get there?
After you climbed up to the roof, you mean? There's a maintenance entrance under the boardwalk. It's next to a drain pipe, possibly a storm drain. It was easy to miss before.
He's quite proud of himself.
Hmm. At least now we know a quick way in and out.
Yes, we have an exit, so let's get going. Time to investigate these passages.
Interesting. Revolutionary's hat. Stale fabric, smell and dust. No one slept here in months, maybe years. Revolutionary propaganda on the bunk bed, ancient flyers and brochures.
A mustachioed and mutton-chopped man, amateurishly depicted, gazes at you with sad eyes. The plaque reads, K. Mazov. There is a spiderweb in the lower left corner of the portrait.
It's Kras Mazov. What a troublemaker he was.
Yes. Looks like some latter-day radicals were hiding out here. They left a long time ago.
How long?
Half a century? This was probably part of the network of defense posts the communards built against the amphibious landing. I think the purpose of this bunker was to produce propaganda. It would have had radio equipment back then, but that's all been looted.
What's with all these secret weapons, caches, and secret bunkers?
We have found a lot of those lately. I guess what most people think of as history tends to linger in rundown neighborhoods. Martinez being what it is, no one has gone through the trouble of cleaning out the old bunkers.
Good hiding place for someone who's up to no good.
Maybe I should move in here. Seems cozy.
I won't stand in your way, but only after we're through with this case.
Could someone have stopped through here recently?
You mean like Ruby? No, I think we've stumbled on a piece of history.
Date of birth generator. You were born in the year 07, in the last year of the commune of Revachol, right before it fell, in the old military hospital on the ground floor, where people usually came to die during.
That makes us 43, I
The
think.
revolution
44.
had 1 year left to go, and the fires were still burning bright. There were explosions in the blizzard. This was 44 years ago. You are 44 years old. The bloating might never leave your face, but beneath it, you still have some years. You still have some hope.
-1 difficulty to all physique passives. Nice. These pots and plates are full of dust and spider webs. There's something in the air and a natural buzzing. Forming glass of spiders. Yummy. Let's getting louder, the buzzing sound.
There it is again, like a swarm of hornets buzzing under your scalp. A strange tingling you can almost smell.
Lieutenant, do you feel something? A smelly smell that smells smelly?
No. What do you mean?
A pain, a strange tingling.
I don't feel it, but we should still be careful. There were footprints back there, and I'm pretty sure they were fresh.
I saw them too, footprints with the right sole worn smooth.
Looks like our suspect. If she's in here, we need to plan our next step carefully.
What do you mean?
Once we detain a credible suspect, who knows what the Union and the Wild Pines will do? We'll set in motion events we have no control.
How fitting that the day I'm talking quieter because my voice is the day we're doing a stealth mission.
You will upset the balance of power in Martinez. The deadlock between the company and the Union will destabilize. This part of town is a fine clockwork puzzle. Disturb its peace, and it will start breaking down uncontrollably.
I think my plan, just to be safe, is probably cut it at the 3-hour mark, and then tomorrow's a music stream, so I can get away with not talking much, and hopefully my voice will be fine by Friday.
Keep calm. Go over the whole situation in detail.
Didn't get any Herba Mystica all day, and I got 5 in the last raid. Nice. Ain't that always how that shit goes? Yeah. I think I'll be fine. But it's one of those things where if I, like, did a full, like, 5-hour stream thinking I was fine, and then I woke up tomorrow and my voice was worse and not better, then I'd be like, God damn it. So I'd rather play it safe today. I'm just gonna chug a shit ton of water tomorrow and hope that that helps. Keep calm, go over the whole situation in detail. Everard knows more than he's told us. Maybe we should continue working for him. We've met Joyce, but we don't know what she knows yet. We should probably find out. How bad do you think? We'll just go down. I'm gonna wake up with a Ford commercial announcer voice.
You're right.
Oh no.
However corrupt he may be, nothing happens in Martinez without him knowing. We might have to dirty our hands, but
sadly, I don't feel like I get like the... I kind of wish I was one of those people that was like, when my voice is fucked up, it was like the super sexy, my voice dropped an octave thing. I feel like I just get even quieter than normal.
In this case, we can't afford to be squeaky clean.
We met Joyce, but we don't know what she knows yet. We should probably find out.
definitely. I think she knows something about the mercenaries, maybe. And she won't be around if the situation explodes.
How bad do you think things could get?
Well, we are not responsible for what we can't predict, are we? I don't think the entire city will be razed to the ground.
On a similar note, I'm trying to be better about my posture and not only being good about it here and there when people redeem posture checks. I feel like I have a bad habit of, like, someone redeems a posture check and then I'm just back to shrimping 10 minutes later. But I'm trying to, like, constantly be like, hey, sit up.
Let's try not to worry, he thinks. If you can't predict it, there's nothing you could have done.
I might put a sticky note, actually, now I think about it, on my computer. That's just like, sit up. Because I'll constantly, like, look at it when I'm streaming. And I'll be like, okay, fine. What do you think is waiting for us there?
I think I see a cavern. Maybe more cellars? I think we've been careful enough. We still have the element of surprise.
I wouldn't be so sure. You haven't exactly been sneaking.
Ideally, I'll get to a point where, like, I can get rid of the posture check because I don't need it anymore. But, like, my posture's been bad for so long. I'm never gonna get to that point quite. I'll just get to a point where I remember more often.
Or maybe not. Either way, once we go deeper, there will be no turning back.
But who knows? Maybe I can.
Suddenly,
Whoa.
your entire body is paralyzed. Aggressive white noise fills your skull. A strange pain, like you've never felt before. Through the static, you hear a woman's voice.
The fuck is this?
It's like 1,000 radio stations are being blasted into your head all at once. But her words are the only ones you can make out.
I know you're feeling pretty uncomfortable right now. Don't move too much or fight it. That'll just make it worse. Can't say it's a pleasure, officer. I was really hoping not to make your acquaintance. But here we are.
The voice coming through the whirlwind of pain is not malicious. She doesn't want to hurt you, but she has to.
Is she really though?
Doesn't wish to hurt you, not according to your ear canals. Wait, no, not even your ear canals. This is going directly into your neural pathways.
And fuck it, let's not cover our ears.
That's an awful decision.
Okay,
Why would
great.
you not want to shield yourself from it? It's an entirely new type of experience. Way worse than all the previous ones. Don't focus on the pain. Focus on doing your job. Tell her she's under arrest.
Yell through the static, you're under arrest.
Really now? Check this out.
You're overwhelmed with a new surge of violent static. It feels like a blood vessel exploded in your brain.
What's happening to me?
I'm using a pale latitude compressor. You and your partner have been caught in its field.
You should probably check on Kim. That's what good partners do.
Look at Kim.
Right behind you, officer.
A pale latitude compressor is used to sort of make the pale more manageable. With a lot of these, you can force a radio signal grid on the pale. Literally crunch the distance across it.
Oh fuck, the rain. It's falling upwards. No. Put us in the fucking briefcase or whatever.
Signals are relayed across a series of repeater stations fixed to buoys. Not a fun job manning those stations. All alone out there in the pale, people lose their minds in just a few years.
I got to the second or the third chapter, but I already got bored, so I haven't actually done anything in that game in like 2 weeks. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna call it there, I think.
So, what we are experiencing is a concentration of radio waves.
I'm not gonna force myself to play it.
Precisely. This is an industrial strength paraboloid. It's meant for forcing dimensions on something that doesn't have them. Needless to say, the frequencies used are out of this world. At the upper limit is the large prime number generator station. It's used specifically for pale latitude compression. That's why you may be hearing some numbers. But you might also hear, or think you're hearing, local radio chatter.
She's been holed up in here for a while with no one to talk to. Keep her talking, and you just might get an opportunity to break loose.
What is this goddamn pale anyway?
The pale? It's the end of the world.
How did you get your hands on this thing?
I built it myself.
And she's proud of it too, as she ought to be. This is way beyond your abilities.
That's illegal. I'm guessing it's patented. But we are beyond that, aren't we?
Oh yeah. Way beyond.
Will I stay like this forever?
No. Once I shut down the compressor, the pain will end. It may take a few minutes for you to steady yourself.
Excuse me.
It's a bit like waking out of a very confusing dream.
Hmm. That last bit was Japanese. This is all great, but let's talk about the man who was killed.
Yeah, let's not talk about that shit. You were hunting me and fell into my trap instead. That's all there is to say about it.
So she thinks of you as hunters, not the cops, and of herself merely as prey.
Have you experienced the compressor yourself?
Yeah, I stuck my head in there before using it on you. It seemed like the ethical thing to do. Can't say that I enjoyed it. The field was weaker, but I can imagine what you're going through.
Please, could you just turn it down so I can ask you something?
If you've got something really important to say, you can do it through the white noise.
Looking for a deal with my mattress.
God damn it. Fine. If you really want to talk, I can dial it down. I've also got a gun, by the way.
She's carrying a 2-barrel front loader. Remain careful. Well, it doesn't feel much better, but you can form sentences now. Thinking doesn't seem to hurt as much.
That's something.
Just keep her talking, and you'll get through this.
How did you know we were coming?
I heard you in the passages, and I've been preparing for quite a while.
By hiding bullets under floorboards?
So you found my shack, huh? I'm not surprised.
Her tone is bitter. She thinks she's been betrayed.
She didn't rat you out, by the way. Isabel, the washerwoman.
So nice. That's one knife I didn't want to find in my back.
Why hide the bullet, though?
This could have turned out pretty bad for me if you hadn't walked right into 25 bands of ultra-high frequencies.
That's her admitting the bullet was an emergency exit.
Did you shoot Lily?
No, I didn't do it. I only helped stage the lynching, though I doubt that makes much of a difference to you. Who ratted me out, by the way? Was it Titus? No, he wouldn't have broken first.
When I threatened to arrest her, Claudia broke. She told me everything.
Oh. Well, I guess I always knew she was a survivor above all else. But she couldn't have known I was on the coast. How did you find me?
Titus told me it took some convincing.
Oh, fuck. Took some convincing my ass. Those guys liked me, I know it. This is what happens to people whom people like.
Alright, don't get all fucking nihilistic on me.
A dull despair is creeping into her voice.
Well, it's not nihilism, it's, what is, starts with an M. I can't remember.
How the fuck did the rest of you get by?
Wait, wasn't it you who called me the human can opener? It's not personal. I opened them up.
I did, didn't I? Now you've come for me. Fuck them all the same.
I do it by asking questions, and I have some for you.
Like what? I already told you I didn't do it.
A strong moral compass. She still wants the opportunity to make a case for herself.
Would you say that Lily was a likable person?
I didn't like him. Hardened mercenaries aren't particularly likable types.
You don't feel sympathy for mercs? It's hard work.
Plenty of broken people who don't come with that kind of body count. Besides, they're paid well for what they do.
There's nothing more personal that you had against him, perhaps his way with women.
You think I was envious of his conquests? Look, pussy's not a problem for me, and definitely not a reason to off someone.
Did you feel protective of the Union?
Yeah, sure. And I didn't like Wild Pines sending in those foreign hirelings. Me and a fuck ton of other people around here.
I hate to be the bearer of bad tidings, but I don't think that she's perjuring herself. She didn't hate it, okay?
I'm listening.
Do you have an alibi for when Lily was shot?
Man, I was with the boys the whole night. I hope they at least bothered to impress that upon you.
It did say you left to take a really long leak, 15 minutes.
Yeah, and I'm sure they also made some funny remarks about it. They always do. I've driven a lot of long haul and chugged a lot of beer, man. Can't do either without some power of mind over bladder. And anyway, that wouldn't have been enough time.
No one takes a 15-minute leak.
Look, fuck you, man. I might also have stopped by the bar.
She speaketh truth.
You have a gun.
And?
Where'd you get it?
The gun store.
What gun store?
Trigger Happy Jacks.
Doesn't sound like the name of a real store.
What did you think? That I'm going to squeal on my gun supplier? Sorry, I'm not that kind of gal.
See, it's a front loader. Do you have another gun somewhere?
Sure don't.
A breech loader?
No.
This is such a wipeout.
Hmm.
Yeah, evidence.
You liked Claudia a lot.
I considered her a good friend, yeah.
But you wanted to be more than just friends.
Oh, so that's where you were going with this.
You said you wanted to run away with her.
That's a very sentimental way of putting it. We both had pasts who didn't want to catch up with us, and we enjoyed listening to music together. Why not go on a road trip?
The lieutenant watches her expectantly, occasionally shaking from the pain.
Okay, fine. I was into her. Clausy was into me too for a time, I know it. We even fooled around once. And yeah, after that I thought maybe we could make a go of it.
Claudia only said they maybe kissed. Someone is lying here.
Wait, Kaze said you only kissed.
If that's what she wants on the record, so be it. I'm not about to go into details for you to jerk off to later.
Seriously, just move on.
Then what happened?
She rejected me with some wishy-washy bullshit about how she was confused because she felt so close to me and valued my friendship so much, and how guilty she felt for leaving me on. I knew that wasn't the whole story, but thought, fine, I'll take it and move on.
No ill will there. It wasn't a problem for her.
Kaze said you got very angry when she started seeing Lily. Threatened her.
Yeah, one time when we'd both been drinking, I said some heated things about how dangerous her patterns with men were. I was a little worried she'd blow it out of proportion in her head. All the drugs she was doing can make you feel like you're living in a DeLorean tragedy.
Despite everything, you helped her by staging the lynching.
Yeah, the girl seemed terrified. The merc was beyond caring what happened to his mortal coil. It was a no-brainer.
Alright, some
Go
more
ahead.
things.
And mine too, he thinks. But keep on. This must be done.
Do you like to hang out on rooftops?
Who doesn't? Oh, you probably mean Claudia's rooftop. Sure, I've hung out there. She's got this great antenna.
Is that the only reason you hung out on the roof?
The view's pretty bomb, too. But you might say the antenna was the main attraction there, again, along with Claudia.
What's so great about her antenna?
It's very powerful. I used it to tune into RCM frequencies. That's how I knew to be prepared for your arrival.
So you're sure you didn't shoot the merc from the roof?
Yes, I'm sure. In fact, the shot couldn't have possibly come from the roof. Otherwise, we would have heard it downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
No one mentioned hearing any shots. And a rifle like the one used would have been loud. She's right. I don't think the shot came from...
That's what I've been saying. Did you leave any flowers for Claudia on the roof?
No. Gifts of flowers and candy aren't really my style.
Okay. So you didn't leave Maybelle's.
No, I did not.
Let's take a step back.
Yeah? Where?
More questions before doing anything.
Who killed the merc if it wasn't you?
How should I know? As I keep saying, he already had a bullet in his head when I got to him, and there hasn't been any useful gossip over the radio.
Those rings around her eyes, her tired voice. She's been staying up late, listening in on the conversations crisscrossing Martinez.
For this radio? You've been following the case?
Who hasn't? You know, I can still see him there, in Claudia's room, lying on his side. He was still warm, but the bluish light coming through the broken window made him look as though he'd been dead for a good long while.
What happened Sunday night? Tell me your version.
She eyes you warily, as though gauging your sincerity.
It's okay. We just want to...
All right, don't kill yourself over it. I was shooting the shit with Hardy and the boys over a few beers, like always. Then Claudia comes in, all pale and shuddering. She sits down with a drink, trying to steady her nerves. So I grab a seat next to her.
As I said, you knew something was wrong immediately.
No, I really didn't. She's not that easy to read. I just assumed she'd done too much blow. It wouldn't be a first for her. But no such luck. She was in some deep shit. She asked me to come upstairs. The merc she'd been going with was lying on the bedroom floor, dead. I knew she couldn't get the authorities involved, so yeah.
You made it look like he'd been hanged.
Class A, you seem to have a plan when prepared when you got there.
What? No. Faking a lynching was her idea.
Her idea.
Yeah, in cold blood. It really surprised me.
It always
quickly
comes
she
back
was
to
able get
Claudia.
hold of herself once we got up there. It was like she was another person. The party girl was gone. She asked me to help her drag him into the shower so she could wind the shower head around his neck. To fake lividity. Then she dressed him while I went to get the Hardy boys.
She lied to you about that, too.
That's bad that she'd be so calm.
Yeah. I wasn't sure whether to admire her or be disturbed.
Do you think she killed Lily herself?
As I keep telling you cops, we didn't hear anything downstairs. No gunshot, nothing.
But even if this is true, weren't you worried the lynching might lead to...
War? The thought crossed my mind. But the mercenary's death was going to have repercussions either way. Although the way things are going...
She doesn't want to talk about this, but not because she has something to hide. She doesn't want the guilt.
Fuck it. I'm not responsible for these people after what they did to me.
If you didn't kill him, why hide?
I saw you roll into town. I wasn't about to stick around for questioning by a goddamn La Puta Madre agent.
So this is what she was scared to tell Titus. This cop.
What do you mean, La Puta Madre agent?
Yes, you. Everyone says you're his peon, his human can opener.
Through the sudden sharp pain in your head, you hear the lieutenant mumble something to himself. Fucking hell. And why me? You hear through the white noise. It's especially bad suddenly. Felt like a vein exploded.
Who's everyone? How do you know this?
Everyone in Jamrock. The cops, the criminals. Why do you think I'm holed up in here with a goddamn death ray waiting for you?
If she knows that about you, she must know your real name too.
Tell me, what's my name? If you know that about me, you must know my name.
Harry Dubois. One corrupt motherfucker with the disco pants and a funny tie. Agent to la puta madre.
So she knows your name. That doesn't mean you're on the tape. Criminals make up boogeyman stories about cops all the time. All of this just means that you're effective. Criminals know you and are scared of you.
Puta madre. I've heard Puta madre. He's dangerous, right?
Is that a joke or a threat? I'm guessing both.
No, that was a real question. I'm sorry, I know I'm supposed to know all about this, but I lost my memory recently.
Yeah, sure.
She doesn't believe you.
I'm sure La Puta Madre himself will explain it all to you soon enough.
I assumed. What did you do to this madre anyway?
You know what I did. I fucked him over. And now I have Harry Can Opener in my lair. Fucking Titus.
She's not going to change her mind that easily. She still perceives you as a threat. Wait, one thing, possibly small, but she said you rolled into town. Was that you singular or plural? She might know something.
When I came into town, was there anyone with me?
Yeah, you had your death squad with you. What happened to them anyway?
I don't know what happened to them.
Sure you do. I bet they're just outside waiting. I guess I'll take my chances.
Who's in the squad?
Well, it wasn't this scrawny dude. You had two guys and a lady. The guys looked pretty buff. Lady wasn't bad either.
What else can you tell me?
One of the guys seemed chipper, a blonde. The other had a brooding something or other about him. And the woman was the only one in uniform. All were carrying. That sound about right?
No idea who these people are, literally.
Nope.
Satellite Officer Vicmair looks out of the window grimly, then puts his coffee down and turns to Patrol Officer Miller. We could either take a room here in the working or go home for today. Let's go home, Jean. Nothing's going to happen today, she responds quietly. Jean takes his blonde wig off. Call Heidelstein. He can give us a ride.
Doesn't ring any bells.
Well, this has been a great talk, really. But I think I'm going to hit the road now.
She means it. You better make your move soon.
I died.
The violet white noise becomes even more overwhelming closer to the
Oh,
compressor.
never mind.
It feels like your brain is swelling up in your skull.
Hold still and try to have an apocalyptic vision. Now I'm dead.
You feel something in your chest, an unnatural pressure. It's spreading to your left arm, your jaw.
Help someone.
Yeah, screaming isn't happening on account of extreme shortness of breath. You're just making it worse. Oh God, it's painful.
Try to remain conscious.
All you feel is pain and weakness. You have to surrender now. We all do. It gets so dark. You don't even see her face. Like you always thought you would. You only see pain and fear. Cop suffers final heart attack. A detective lieutenant of the RCM passed away yesterday. His death, though abrupt, did not come as a surprise to those who knew him. He was the heaviest drinker I'd ever met. Captain Ptolemy Price, the deceased superior officer, commented, "That ain't easy on the ticker." He loved his liquor, sure, said Detective Chester McLean, friend and colleague. But I think before he ever had a heart attack, his heart was broken. According to an official statement given by the RCM, the officer was on the brink of solving a murder case.
Okay. Well, we can just kind of like rush through all that then. Skip straight to the heart of it.
Suddenly, your entire body is like a...
I know you can't say it's a pleasure, officer. I was...
The voice doesn't wish to hurt you. No, buddy. That's not going to help. Don't focus on the pain. Focus on doing your job.
I'm using a pale lat...
You should probably check out...
Right behind.
A pale signal
So,
precise at the upper limit is the large...
She's been holed up in here for a while with no one.
The pale? It's the... I built it my...
And she...
that's the leak.
Oh yeah. Way beyond. No. You're big
Fine.
boy.
Turn.
God damn. Fine.
She's carried well. Just keep her talking, and you'll get through this.
Got it. Let's go.
You did it. The compressor lies broken on its side. It's quiet in your head again. It still hurts like hell, but...
You okay, Kim?
All good, officer. Be careful.
She looks at the machine, assessing the damage. Her hand trembles.
Oh, fuck it.
Okay. Fuck. Didn't see that coming. I should have seen that coming. What are you doing?
Problem solving.
Ma'am, put the gun down. That's not the solution to your problems. You are...
Oh, yes it is.
Well, I mean, I can either let her do it or try to stop her, so I'm just gonna try to stop her.
You should know
Fuck.
the words to say. You've been here yourself. So why is it not coming to you?
You know what? Oh, god damn it. We have to go through 2 checks, so I want to stop her. Was that rhetoric and pain threshold are both things I need to have up as high as I can. Okay. Well, I could only get the both at +1, but it's better than nothing. At least we can start from right there.
Your entire body is paralyzed. It's like a...
I know you can't say it.
The voice doesn't wish to hurt you. No, buddy. That's not going to help. You can't shield it. Don't focus on the pain. Focus on doing your job. Tell her she's under arrest.
I'm using a pale signal
So,
precise at the up.
She's been holed up in...
You're big. God damn. Fine.
She's kept well. Just keep her talking, and you'll get through this.
Is that a green? I think so. Oh, it's glitched out. It's already on the ground. I didn't even notice it until we started moving forward.
compressor lies broken on it. She looked.
Oh, fuck it.
You should know the
Damn
words
it.
to say. Suddenly,
No, it started again. Nice.
it's like
I know can't say it's
the voice doesn't wish to hurt you. No, buddy. You don't.
really now. Check.
You're
Oops, I didn't mean to click that.
new surge of violence.
Uh,
I'm using a pin
it's fine either
signal
way.
so precise at the
She's been holed up in.
You're big. God damn. Fine.
She's kept well. Just keep her talking, and you'll get through this. You did it. The compressor lies broke. She looked.
Oh, fuck it.
She's
Hey.
truly desperate. She thinks she has no other options. You need to give her options.
What options?
You know.
Maybe I can still talk her out of it?
This is how you talk her out of it. It's the only scenario in which she lives.
Please, just walk away.
She stares at you, frozen, the gun still in her mouth, eyes filled with dark intensity. Then something shifts in her. Gratitude, doubt. She's still ready to go. Her neck and shoulders relax, and her grip on the gun loosens.
You don't have to do this. You're not cornered. I'm letting you go.
Day of miracles. I'll take it.
She runs past you, then past the lieutenant, and disappears into the darkness of the tunnel.
Good call.
Thanks.
I would have done the same had I not been incapacitated.
I think she didn't do it.
Her tent. We should check it out.
Well, we did it. Cooking utensils. She has prepared herself porridge with bananas.
The plain red tent stands by dispassionately. It was pitched by practiced hands. She's used to camping out.
Look inside.
The tent looks old, but well maintained. In the darkness of the tent, a rolled up sleeping bag, cooking utensils, some books, and a kerosene lamp. It reeks of cigarettes.
Shine your flashlight on the books.
Assorted soft covers, mostly pulp horror. A motor carriage lies buried in the snow on one cover. On another, a ghost airship. You also see a collection of radio enthusiast magazines.
See anything?
Rager Monthly, Journal of Material Science. More Technological Digest. One of the magazines doesn't have images on the cover. It's not a magazine, it's a leather notebook.
A notebook.
You pocket the worn brown leather journal. A trusted friend left behind.
We should read this immediately, like right now.
Date of
Oh,
birth.
yeah, this thing.
generated. You were born in the year. A thick journal. The cover is worn like someone used to carry it around in their back pocket.
Same in the cover.
It's made of full grain leather. The lower left corner of the back cover sports an embossed brand name, Schneller. Schneller is a stationery brand from Gottwald, beloved among architects and engineers. She's got good taste and must have taken whatever she recorded here seriously.
Unwind the strap.
The journal falls open. About 2/3 of its ruled pages have been filled.
Study the handwriting.
The large cursive of someone who writes quickly and confidently, perhaps too confidently. Many phrases and even paragraphs have been crossed out, with tiny corrections scrawled above and in the margins.
Look through the pages.
It's a mix of logistical notes, diagrams, and personal reflections.
It's good she left in a hurry. We could learn a lot from this.
What kind of logistics?
Hard to tell exactly. It's mostly noted down in code. Looks like contact information, quantities, directions.
There could be useful information about local operations in those notes. We have a junior sergeant at my station who's good with codes. I can give this to her after we finish this.
What are the diagrams of?
Esoteric radio technology. The most recent ones probably pertain to the latitude compressor, sketches, calculations of distance and density. You make out a familiar spiral shape.
Anything personal?
Short, wry observations of people and places. Probably a way to pass the time on the road. Also, what appears to be attempts to sort through some difficult decisions. There are a few passages with many questions in them. Staff issues. Always tough on the leadership. You smell traces of betrayal.
How far back do the entries go?
The first entry is from August 2nd of last year. It reads simply, I know my position is precarious. All I can do is make myself as useful as I can while looking for a way out. Remember, no one is indispensable.
What did she write the day Lily died?
Nothing on March 4th. March 5th, though, well, that's bound to come back and bite me in the ass. I'm bad at this. Loyal to a fault. But that's another matter entirely. She is referring to betraying a previous employer. Does this suggest she did it in self-defense?
What's the most recent entry?
The most recent entry is from today. It reads, even when I leave here, if I leave here alive, what's my next move? Staging a lynching is a crime, even if I'm not accused of murder on top of that. Forever on the run. Not really my idea of the open road. Man, I was really looking forward to winning.
I just don't think she killed a mercenary. It's mostly a gut feeling, though, since we let her walk out without hearing her side of the story.
That would be a first, or a fourth. But who's counting, he thinks. Very rarely does anyone actually get framed.
If she didn't do it, then maybe it's good that we didn't catch her.
I wouldn't go so far as to say that. We have other reasons to arrest her. Besides, I'm not sure her life as a fugitive is going to be much better than we does.
And who do you think killed the merc?
Classier was the one who pointed the finger at Ruby. Perhaps she was trying to steer us away from herself, or...
Seems plausible.
Either way, we need to keep an eye on her. One thing is for certain. We have business back in the whirling in rags. Questions to ask. We should get to it.
Dark water trails into the distance. There is no way out. Not sure why I can't fast travel sometimes. I would say maybe that it's because there's some story stuff we have to see on the way back or something, but We stopped last stream because I couldn't fast travel, and then when I opened up the game, I could fast travel, so...
Stop. Just up ahead. Danger. What you have isn't enough. You need more firepower. Snowflakes stick to your pry bar. Or crowbar. Or pry bar. Call it what you will. It doesn't stand a chance against military-grade weaponry.
I'm not sure I feel ready for what lies ahead. Okay, this might be why this time.
Then you'd better get ready. Whatever happens, I've got your back.
Oh boy, where the fuck would we get a gun though? Roy's place is locked. Hmm. Wait. Did she drop her gun maybe? I just didn't notice. Worth going back. Check. Oh wait, there is a basement we can go to. Maybe the gun's down here. Oh wait, no, that goes up. Never mind. I misunderstood. No. Hmm. Well, I don't know where I could get a gun or something from, so I just have to deal with it.
This isn't just glass. These are old computation components. Yes, filament memories. From the time when wires were cast in glass, slides with an inlaid nervous system.
How did they do that and why?
The how was a closely guarded secret. Something that was locked in safes in human heads across the river where they were manufactured. As to why, your fingers don't know. The why is easy, because they hadn't come up with modern silicon-based systems yet. For vitreous cast filament memories, though, these seem incredibly advanced.
Hey Kim, look, old cybernetics.
So it is. I think it is used to form a single system, slotted in the wall.
So this is all that remains of failed R&D.
The rest of the building seems to have been picked clean.
Could this be part of the failed playback experiment?
These? No. These are old filament memories. I hope you're not expecting to find a device here. You will be disappointed.
All you'll find here is pain.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to fight some bitches with a crowbar. This is where my low physique is gonna come back to fuck us over. But I'm gonna take a pee break first, so BRB. Oh, Ricky. Got me a lozenge while I was up. Just to make sure I'm good for the rest of the stream.
I'm all out of shits to give, loincloth. Welcome to the fucking reckoning.
Oh boy. This is for something. Are these two people here the ones we came into town with, or are they... Because they did say something about a blonde lady. They're also dressed up as mercenaries, so...
Put your damn gun down. People are gonna get hurt. We need to talk this through. All right?
Shut up! You're not gonna talk yourself out of this, loincloth shit fuck.
Hmm. Place your bets on how many people get shot today.
This is the scab leader. His chest rises and falls under the ceramic breastplate.
Oh wait,
His fingers reach for the butt of his sidearm.
that dude is the he's the guy that was at protesting, and we were talking about how his clothes look weird. Kim, what's going on here?
This is a misunderstanding. Nothing irreversible has happened yet. You can just return to your unit and forget all about this.
The Kipt is merciful, willing to spare us if we just forget about our murdered and humiliated commander. I think we should just kill everyone, Courty.
You are all drunk. Come to your senses. You won't gun down 7 people in the middle of the street? This isn't a frontier town or a jungle outpost.
Easy, Lizzie. Let me handle it. I know guys like this. I'm sure we can come to a peaceful agreement. Ain't that right, fellas?
He is facing overwhelmingly superior firepower, and he knows it.
Peaceful.
Oh, I didn't even notice that guy. What the fuck? It's like some anime shit. Where they like, suddenly there's a third dude and it just cuts. It's like, when did he get there?
Nest in your abdominal cavity like a little wild mouse. The masked man's words are barely intelligible, but you can hear them.
Fuck. There are 3 of them. I was hoping there would be less.
This third one, he is the most dangerous of them all, heavily armed. The lieutenant is genuinely worried for his life. You should consult him before getting in there.
What do we do?
My plan is not to get killed, but we have to intervene.
The big one is the damn scab leader.
If this turns into a firefight, we should take him out first.
A sound strategy. He's the leader.
Stop, this is the police.
Get lost, comedian. You cops had your chance. Now it's fucking time for some justice.
Pig fuck!
I can see you're drunk. Let's not insult him. Easy now, no one needs to die here today.
Oh, people are gonna die today. We're not leaving it like this. These tribals hung him up for everyone to see.
No one is going to kill anyone. Let's just put the guns down and talk like civilized human beings.
With a wordless gurgle, the killer loads his long rifle. The leader gives a small nod to the helmeted man. You feel your fists contract as you stand there between these men, all carrying real weapons. You really, really should have a gun in your hand by now. Or something dangerous. This feels scary. No, it's okay. Soften him up and trust the others to attack if it comes to that. Make him talk. Present an argument. Even if it comes to a fight, it's always a good idea to drag it out. Get under his skin. I don't know about this getting under his skin. He'll only get under yours. I'm barely keeping you together here. This is it. Peace. Always peace. It has worked thus far. Start with the first idea you have. Move down from that. Please.
Listen, they didn't do it.
Yeah? Who did then?
Hmm. Someone else. Someone who's not here now.
How fucking convenient.
His fingers are twitching. That's a draw reflex. He's about to draw.
Hmm. Actually, fuck it, let's go crazy. Actually, they are here. It's one of you.
One of us? Saying we? What if I just shot one of your pals here right now? Huh? How about the kid? Go ahead. Tell me we fucking killed our own colonel one more time.
Listen, please. This cop and this drumhead court marshal won't decide who...
He's gonna do it. He's gonna shoot her.
Think, why doesn't he believe me?
The Hardy Boys confessed to hanging him. All together. Titus said we took him out back and hanged him. He said it loud. In a public...
Listen, he was shot. He wasn't hanged. Listen to me.
You're lying. DePaul heard it.
You heard wrong. She and these men have been helping us find the shooter.
When they were confessed, the hanging was only a cover-up. Listen.
Fucking liars.
The shot rings in your ears. A low, tinny...
Fuck.
Then the Hardy Boys yell something. The young woman stands and looks behind her. The shot has flown over her head, crashing a small pane of the glass window behind her.
I missed.
I know what I heard, Corty. They said they killed him. They said it was a good way to end a Sunday night.
That doesn't sound good. You need to change the topic now, or there will be another shot.
Let's go for it.
All right.
Nice.
Here we go. This is an illegal tribunal. Their employer would never sanction this. Who's the commanding officer? Take your pick. You only have time for one argument. Choose wisely.
Does your employer give you the right to conduct tribunal?
Pops, you have no idea about the rights Crenell extends to us.
I don't care. It's not okay to kill. What rights are those then?
If I fuck and kill you, hang you to that streetlight by your shit pipes, then that's called a necessary display of force. No one's going to give a shit about dead loincloths. That's reality.
Okay, it's not much, but he's thinking about something else, and his hand is off the gun. This did something.
You're all drunk. Look at yourselves.
Yes. So what?
Your judgment is impaired. You'll regret this.
Nah. I'm clear as day. Fucking government-ordained super soldier.
Enough already! What is this? We didn't come here to fucking chat!
Interrupt me again, and I will execute you on the spot, Lance Corporal.
Wild Pines rep does not approve of this.
You think I care what that company cunt thinks?
What if I just call her now, huh?
She's gone, you stupid fuck. Sailed off 5 minutes ago. She doesn't give a shit about you.
God damn it.
You're alone. Stay cool. Don't do anything stupid. The company bitch is gone. Laylee's gone. Fuck are we still doing in this shithole?
Guys, I just get in the way. I don't even have a gun.
Hold your ground. Any more of you run, I'll shoot you myself. We're doing this together.
They're afraid, all of them. Trembling reeds in the wind. They'll run, scatter soon, one by one. No, the rest will stay. They will hold their ground.
Let's go for a suggestion, I guess.
Dying here with you. Then
Nice.
ask about him first. You don't want personal facts about his dead friend coming out of your mouth. He has to start it.
Who are you?
Sergeant Major Raoul Cortiner, reporting in to burn this fucking mud hut to the ground.
As he moves, the interlocking pieces of his armor click softly. Corti, Cortiner, Major Raoul Cortiner, friends with Lely. Raoul and Lely.
For killing, maiming, and humiliating our commanding officer, you're all sentenced to death by lead.
Listen, you're Lely. Everyone says good things about him. He was a talker.
Fuck do you mean, talker?
We've heard testimony. People say he was charismatic, a nice guy to be around.
Yeah, he liked to chat up the natives, share leaflets, squeeze a bit of kit tass here and there. Great fucking idea that turned out to be. If Laylee was here, he would spare the lot of you. Maybe shoot one for show. But me, I'm not a big fan of public affairs, clay monkey.
Jesus.
I'll gun every one of you down for what you did.
Ready to open fire, Major. At your command.
He had blue eyes, didn't he? Your colonel.
Baby blue, yeah. Like someone fucked up and put a baby's eyes on a grown man. It was creepy, but bitches like that shit, I guess. Or, I don't know what bitches like. I just know how to mow down cloths.
Colonel did not deserve to go out like that, I promise. I will find his killer.
Find his killer. Cop, his killer stands right there, shitting his pants, and you're standing in the way, protecting him. I know what this tactic is, Silo Sam. You're gonna die for them. Right here. Today.
This did nothing. You think you were onto something? You just wasted time. Please, act.
Where's Clausy? She can explain this.
Who the fuck is that?
Glacia, the woman upstairs, where is she?
She left.
Unarmed, hunched, but keeping it together.
What do you mean she left?
She left. Her room's cleaned out. Right before these assholes showed up.
God damn it.
We should have arrested her.
Yeah.
You can feel how upset he is with himself. Just for a second. Then the fear takes over and he's back in the moment.
Hey, Bushman! Your little cunt isn't gonna help you out of this one!
Why didn't I find my lost gun?
What's that, loincloth? I can't hear you. Sounds like you got your mouth full of dick. Rude.
Shit, this is it. Tell him anything. Tell him you have more information.
Kill me and you'll never find out who killed your colonel. I've been withholding information.
Rude. Kill him.
Oh, god damn it.
The porcelain man raises his rifle and takes aim at you. His hands are steady, and the long barrel of the rifle sways slowly.
Okay.
From the corner of your eye, you see the lieutenant raise his pistol and aim it at Rude. You stare down the barrel of the gun. You see Rude's mask behind it, his eyes in the slit of the helmet, like a camera lens, focusing on you. 0.4 seconds remain. There are 6 little black dots in the tip of the barrel, like a honeycomb. This is a knock cannon. It shoots 6 rounds in one pull of the trigger. Is there anything we could use to protect this frail body? That gun will tear us to pieces. A full suit of armor can't be too agile. You can shift direction faster than he can. You leap left.
Hey.
A swarm of enemy men passes mere millimeters from your side, tearing fabric off your coat. Feels like the lightest of tucks.
Joy, I'm alive.
The man tilts his head, trying to see through the clearing smoke for the next shot.
Fuck.
Watch out. To your left, DePaul is about to take a shot too, at Kim.
God, please.
2 shots ring at once. One from the lieutenant's pistol, and the other from DePaul's. It's aimed at the lieutenant, but it misses. You hear a scream behind you.
Who screamed?
Glenn, dying in a puddle of
Fuck.
blood behind you. His mangled torso has 2 gunshot wounds. Blood gushes out of them like red geysers. Oh God, watch out. You see 2 cold eyes looking at you through all the smoke and panic, and a pistol raised, aiming at your chest, point blank. Then the man squeezes the trigger.
There's no way I can get that. So look him in the eye.
A look of happiness. His eyes seem unnaturally bright, shining like stars. Something in the fear must distort him somehow. He is evil, and the end. Here it comes. Death.
God damn it.
You can't. There is no time. Something inside your pelvis explodes. Your entire lower body is on fire, and your legs can't support you. You fall down like a rag doll. The pain is too immense to scream. It pushes the air out of your lungs. Everything goes dark. A distant blur as you recede into it.
Listen through the darkness and the pain.
The Hardy Boys are yelling. Someone is running, jumping over you. In the background you hear gunfire shatter glass, and then a man in pain. A familiar sound. It's Titus with a splat like meat. You hear bullets rip into him. His voice, still giving orders, grows fainter. A gurgle. He's not gonna make it.
Listen through the pain, or no, touch your lower body.
Feels slick and warm with blood. The pain is too strong to know what has happened there. Even clutching to your consciousness takes everything you got.
What parts of me are missing?
Most of what's down there.
Oh, God. I don't care. Fuck me.
You can also feel the bone where the bullet went in. Something very sharp, like broken teeth under your fingers.
Try to open my eyes. What do I see?
Nothing. A persisting darkness. Dancing lights of pain. Distant shadows cast by them. Like a hellish play.
You're bleeding out.
There's a white shadow that smells like apricots. It's always there.
Stay with me.
Can't forget it even when I drink so much.
Yes, keep talking. You hear me? Stay awake.
But you can't. It's so hard. Your eyelids grow heavy, and the sounds ever more distant. And a cold comes over you. The lieutenant, too, is somewhere far away, almost gone. When suddenly, you sense something behind him, a shadow towering. Someone stands there, raising his pistol at him. The lieutenant does not see it. He's pushing down on your wound with both hands. scream immediately. He's gonna die. No, you scream. Behind you, from your bloody lips. Your eyes are full of fear. There is no room for hesitation. The lieutenant turns around and fires, his body falling on yours in the course of the motion. You hear a roar of pain, a death scream. The sound disappears like someone pressed stop on the tape. The hulking figure too is gone, and so is Kim, and the whole world.
This is death. One more door, baby. One more door.
Let me back into the fight.
The fight? There is no fight. The fight is over. It was lost 1,000 years ago. You have laid here forever. Keep falling deeper. Take the door.
Door to darkness.
He's not taking it. His body is not taking it. Oh God, no. He's not disintegrating. He's swelling up instead. Over the hours, hurting, moaning in his sleep.
These are the people who talk to us when we sleep, and because he said that, now I'm starting to think maybe we didn't die. Fingers crossed.
And rotting, and being disinfected, and smelling of drugs, and feeling saliva in his mouth. Drifting in painkillers, thrashing in his wound sleep.
He can't go. Not before.
Let's go.
There was a radio in the distance. A radio of the world. Playing sounds. Good morning, Elysium. Soon we will return to the world.
Hours turn to days. Soon we will get up again and go through it again. Finally, we know what the infernal engine was outside. The clarion call. It was him. He is the infernal engine. He never stops. He only gets worse.
You see the lieutenant's familiar shape in the orange jacket. It turns double, then triple, from the pain.
Kim.
Sunrise, Parabellum.
What'd you say? Sunrise?
Sunrise, Parabellum. Sunrise, prepare for war. It's an old revolutionary saying.
Is it war today?
The gates of the harbor are boarded up. The streets are a little more empty. Apocalyptic violence is yet to erupt, I am relieved to say. I think we may have held it off, for now. Barely.
Good.
Yes, we have also completely failed, but that's okay.
What happened?
What happened? We tried to take the diplomatic route and hoped they wouldn't attack first. They did. The major gave the command.
What then?
As retaliation, their rifleman tried shooting you. He missed, or you dodged.
Then what?
I shot and wounded him, while Glenn took a bullet in the spine. It was meant for me. He did not survive.
This is not the first person to die in his place. He goes on.
Titus, Fat Angus, and Theo charged. Angus and Theo died before they made it to intensive care. Titus died in the hospital yesterday. Alain and the young musician, I forget his name, they are all that's left.
Titus is dead.
Yes. You were bleeding out. I think you said something about your wife, and you warned me. I was able to disarm the major before he got the jump on me.
Thank you, although
I was not able to kill him, as I should have. Crenel took him. A stray bullet killed the Pole, though, and that's what happened.
How many casualties on the Union side total?
4. Glenn, Theo, Angus, the fat one. He took a lot of bullets. And Titus.
And the major.
He's in a private hospital across the river. Cornell claimed him from the local butcher shop where Titus died. Turns out he's insured.
There is unveiled anger in his voice.
We won't get to him anymore. The good news is he's not coming here either. I did some damage.
Thought you only smoked one a day.
This is the one.
And that's
all.
An absolute disaster.
Yes, officer. 7 people are dead. It's not a success. But what's done is done. The violence is cordoned off. The mercenary tribunal is neutralized. The worst scenario has not materialized yet. And we are still alive. Both of us.
He did not expect you both to survive once you stepped between those two armies. His smoking, his hunched back. You have it worse, but he took a real beating. That cigarette has medicinal purposes.
How bad am I hurt?
Reasonably bad. You were shot in the left quadriceps. That's your thigh. The outer side, thankfully, no major arteries were nicked. The bullet was removed and a bacterial infection treated with mercurochrome.
Now I walk?
We will see.
You won't be able to dance much, that's for sure. You should be able to live with limping around, though.
Are you hurt?
Not very. I have a concussion from the major beating me with the butt of his gun. I tried to not move too much. Things would be worse if you didn't warn me. Thank you. I did not see him coming. Stupid of me.
Okay.
Easy now.
Your balance is way off. You feel like you're about to fall over on that thing.
How are you?
Very bad, Kim. Things are very bad.
The lieutenant doesn't reply. Just looks at you, teetering on your feet.
What happens now, Kim?
I honestly don't know.
I don't either.
We can't talk to Everard. The harbor is in lockdown. Everyone in there is outside our grasp now. Joyce has left too. We never got to know what she would have told us.
What?
I'm sure it was important.
Wild Pines representative?
Yes, Joyce Messier. On the boat, you know? She could have helped us. It's clear the mercenaries were working for Wild Pines. At least partially. It's a little late to elicit her support now. Ruby's gone, and Class here too. We really should have arrested her, you know?
Who did it then, Kim? Who killed the hanged man?
I don't know. I think the theory you presented, it's someone else, outside our circle of suspects, was right. It's better be. Everyone within the circle is either dead or gone. Honestly, I think our investigation has not produced a single credible suspect.
Fucking Maybells, Kim. The flowers.
What?
You get out this one, remember?
Every piece of garbage in the city is not connected to the case. You don't have to keep everything.
He's wrong.
No, Kim. Every piece of garbage in the city is connected to the case.
Okay.
There are all those old bunkers and weapon caches. Revolutionary era.
We could find thousands more if we wanted. All of Revachol is full of them.
But they seemed so mysterious.
I'm just gonna say nothing.
There's a little pause. He says nothing as well.
You know what I think about solving crimes?
He arches his brow. The ceiling fan patiently spins overhead.
Solving crimes is hard.
It really is very hard.
That concussion must be making him dizzy.
Not ready to give up, are you?
No. Are you ready to limp?
I'm ready.
Good. Where do you want to limp to?
I don't know.
Neither do I. Let's walk and hope something happens before you bleed to death. Classius' room is nearby. Another look at the window, perhaps? The one he was shot through. I don't know. I can't think of anything better.
Okay.
This fan has 2 chain pull switches, or has it been consigned there as punishment? You swoop up what you have. If it's your friend, why was it up there? Who ties their friend to a ceiling fan? Maybe this thing is dangerous somehow. An ominous, foreboding feeling fills you as you look at the tie.
Guess we'll look at her stuff.
This window is pristine, at least on the inside. A red thread has been taped to the glass using adhesive tape. It trembles ever so slightly in the cold wind.
This is ballistics. She's left a trajectory for us.
What happened here?
Golden light melts away into the blue, glassy darkness of your mind. In it are 2 neon-lit shapes, a man and a woman on the single bed.
What position are they in?
Like the witness said, the man is kneeling, the woman is on her back. It's the night of March 4th and a shot has just been fired. The man looks directly at the woman. The shot's possible directions converge in his mouth, a ray cast from somewhere outside, entering his brain, ending him. The red thread bisecting the room shows the trajectory of the bullets.
Where does it come from?
From the roof outside, location A prime. The glass fractures around the bullet hole. Shards face inwards like a corona behind the woman's back.
Where does the thread lead?
Maybe if you extrapolate all possible points of origin first, the thread will make sense.
Inspect the ghostly figures.
The man does not know the bullet has entered his brain. He never will. Death comes faster than the realization.
Have a look at point A, the roof.
The ray cast from the man's mouth unravels into a fan of possible directions, all on the roof at first. The shot could have come from any of them. This is composite location A prime, most likely of the origin points.
I'm what, 80% sure the roof is where the shot was made from?
72%, with a weapon that's good for medium range, like a rifle or sports pistol. This is a good short distance, but not too short. The perpetrator aimed with their back against the railing, or possibly kneeling for precision. This would explain why it only took them 1 shot. The lights were on in here. Outside it was dark. It was like shooting fish in an aquarium, a well-lit aquarium. The victim opened his mouth to let the bullet in. Neither of them would have seen anything outside in the darkness, too busy with their own bodies.
Are there any arguments against A prime, the roof?
None that you've found thus far, but that doesn't mean there aren't any.
Could the shot have come from inside the room?
Point X would contradict the woman's testimony, rendering the entire proposition void. These figures would be wiped out, detective.
Could there have been another point of origin further away?
That's a 28%, yes. In this model, the shot could have come from a greater distance. Nothing excludes the possibility. Should we extrapolate to include every possible point of origin in Martinez?
Extrapolate the radius to include all of Martinez.
According to your map of the district, this shot could have come from a wide angle of locations, starting with the northern edge of the abandoned boardwalk, ending with an islet in the bay. Let's call them B prime.
More precisely?
B prime for boardwalk, B double prime for Land's End, and B triple prime for the islet, detective. There may be smaller points in between, but those are too fine to zoom in on.
Have a look at point B prime, the boardwalk.
700 meters away. The likeliest of these B positions, 20% chance. A skilled sniper could have made the shot, provided he had a safe sniper's nest. Even with the light on inside, we're talking military training. At that distance, the perpetrator would have had to take wind direction into account.
I look at B prime 2, Land's End.
1.2 kilometers away, the least likely of these positions. Let's say 3%. A truly skilled sniper could have done it, possibly from a tent. No, too far-fetched.
Have a look at B triple prime. The islet, the islet, whatever.
1 kilometer away, an unlikely point of origin. Beyond the docks somewhere, on an islet in the Bay of Martinaise perhaps. There are islets there, badly charted as they may be. The shot would have been a small miracle, 5% likelihood. There is an extremely narrow field of view from the bay to the window, between Rue de Saint-Ghislain 8B and 33A. The angle would have been extreme and access to the islets is questionable, but it is a possibility. Then there's the thread the witness left. She did have a first-hand view of the event. Perhaps she found something in the outer reaches of her memory of it. You need to inspect it again.
Where does the thread lead?
It suggests the bullet came from the extreme upper quadrant of possible angles, from a point beyond the roof. B triple prime, the island in the bay.
She's trying to tell us the shot came from the islet.
Unless she thinks the perpetrator was standing on the ring antenna. That is where the thread seems to point.
How did she know how to do this?
She was there that night. She would have known precisely where the bullet hole was in the glass. It also looks like there may be more to her skill set than we know. The question is, should we trust her?
I just don't know.
Indeed, neither do I.
It's also one of the few places in Martinaise we haven't been to.
So it is.
For a second he seems tired.
Maybe we need to go to the island?
The lead is flimsy. You might as well go around Martinaise, looking under every rock and talking to every person. But what else is there?
Not a lot, no.
I'm going to the island. You in?
Of course, of course. I mean, how do we get there? Joyce Messier had a sloop, but she's gone.
Lily and the net picker. She's tarring her boat.
Ah, yes, of course. The village. Let's go.
Neato. Yeah. For now, we survived it somehow.
The graffito has been painted over the traces of the fight that took place here. It smells of blood and heavy fuel oil. This was Cindy the Skull.
Looks like Cindy the Skull finally found the words for her masterpiece.
The lieutenant crouches, touching the fuel oil with his finger.
Looks like it, yes. This is still fresh. It wasn't here yesterday.
Officer, what happened? You're limping. Why are you limping? You look terrible.
She sounds almost disappointed with you, reprimanding you for falling and hurting your knee.
Some people hurt me.
Is this from the shooting in town? We heard gunshots. Not that we don't hear gunshots all the time, but they were closer than usual.
There was an exchange of fire on Rue de Saint-Guylaine. It's nothing to be worried about, madame.
You didn't only get shot.
I have a question for you.
Of course. Can I help you with something?
We need to get to that island.
That won't be a problem. It's wind still and the tide just dried. We've got 2 days of relative sunshine ahead.
Can we borrow your boat?
If you promise to bring it back, and no scraping the hull, I just got it nice and yellow, and no drinking on the boat, and no joyriding either.
Of course, ma'am. It's only for a day or two. Official police business.
Aye.
The crow's feet disappear from the corners of her eyes as she smiles at you.
It's on that island.
Hasn't been there herself. Who has then?
Said you haven't been there yourself. Who has then, if not you?
My husband used to drink there. Him and his drinking buddies. Always seemed like a bad place to drink to me. People died there during the landing, you know. My mother told me.
This must be one of the many fortifications that was used in the dying days of the revolution against coalition forces before they took this city.
The kids sometimes go there too. I know they do, on rafts. I tell them not to, but they bring back old bullet casings and such.
Which kids?
The twins. God forbid they bring the girl along on some rickety barge.
Can we maybe ask your twins about that place before we go? Would that be alright?
Be my guest. They've a strange way of talking. See if you can get anything useful out of them. I seldom do.
Is there anything I should know about getting there?
Well, most of it's sunken. Underwater. That means concrete underwater. Cut your boat if you're not careful. Be sure to enter from the south side. Water's deep there.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Thank you. We'll use your skiff to get there then.
Please be conservative with the fuel, will you? Just filled her up, but it's a small tank.
To the twins.
The scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone while the other watches him do it.
Okay, kids, you've been to that island, right?
That island?
Yeah, that one. I need to know what's there.
That's, nothing. It's just a seafort and some plants. You can take a raft there. It's great. And we make a fire. We make a fire. Mm-hmm. Gather the sticks for the fire. And bullets. Or not real bullets, empty bullets.
Bullet shells. There are a lot of them left over from the war, but this could be important.
Mm-hmm.
There are lights. The fire guy comes and asks us to put the fire out.
Your nerve endings sting from the mention of a guy.
Okay.
They must mean a human being on that island, but it's cut off.
Someone lives on that island?
No. Yes.
Let's go with yes.
Why is he the fire guy?
Because he asks to put the fire out.
Why does he ask you to put the fire out?
I don't know. He doesn't like it. He don't like people to be there. You shouldn't go. Yes.
Because he doesn't want to be found. Smoke traces.
You mentioned something about lights?
I don't know.
Did you mean there are electrical lights?
Yes.
Is there anything else about you can tell me about this guy? Age? Does he live there?
No, he doesn't live there. I don't think. No, he lives there. Been there twice, 2 times. He doesn't live there. He isn't there sometimes.
Anything else? What does this guy look like?
I don't know. We ran. He just yelled we shouldn't be there.
Father used to go to that island too, didn't he?
Our father killed himself. Don't say that, he didn't. I'm sorry.
Is that all you know? Is there anything more you can tell me about the island?
There's
Lights, fire guy. We should check up on that island.
Alright. Interesting.
A skiff with a small steering engine in the back floats on the calm mirror of the sea. Its 2 seats are empty. Once you get in, that's it. One pull of the starter handle, and you're off into the bay. A strange trepidation comes over you. Are you sure you want to go now?
Sure.
Have you made all the necessary preparations? Closed all your...
This feels like a point of no return thing.
Remember what the net picker said. It's a small tank. You won't be going back and forth on this.
Get in and ride. I'll be fine. Nice. Although I'm sure there's at least a couple hours of stuff to do on the island. So I have a feeling there'll be a lot of unanswered questions. This snake eater. I don't think I did enough side stuff to answer a lot of the mysteries. On a side note, literally every episode of this, every VOD of this on YouTube is copyrighted because of the in-game music. Granted, it's not like the your channel's dead copyright, it's just the typical basic one. Doesn't affect me. Yeah, I can't imagine how bad it would be if you didn't do streamer mode. Because I'm just getting copywritten for like the game's original music. The hell is that? Is that oil?
boat comes to a slow stop. The lieutenant turns the engine off. Then there's silence. In the silence, a sputter of wings. A flock of quails takes off in the distance.
Let's go.
The chain trails off into the ocean, connecting the island to the supply depot on the coast.
This leads to the depot on Land's End.
Ah, yes, so it seems.
What do you think it was used for?
For bringing munitions to the island, maybe? And supplies? You could also lock the bay when you raise the chain.
Lock it from whom?
From enemies. Enemies of the commune of Revachol. This sea fort was a revolutionary fortification, I believe.
Hmm. Don't forget, flammable and inflammable mean the same thing. Hmm.
There's a greasy old spring mattress in the corner, resting on piles of soft cover books. White linen and a pillow are visible under a worn-out caracal blanket.
Someone has been squatting here. The linen is fresh, recently washed.
How recently?
You force the rest of the sentence out through pain, thick as molasses, no longer able to hear yourself speak.
You know, officer, you can rest here if you are feeling tired. I will keep watch. You could use some rest for what's ahead.
No time to rest now.
Yes, anytime. If you need a rest later, it's okay by me.
You don't have to be a hero. Books and magazines lie scattered on the floor and on a makeshift cupboard. They are not particularly well organized. Most are soft covers, serialized fantastique and detective stories from the 20s and 30s. This disparate digest includes the classic Animal Adventures, popular depictions of man versus nature by amateur naturalists T&T Harpin, husband and wife, widely read by people from all walks of life. Who doesn't like nature? Who doesn't want to survive? Among what is mostly commercial fiction and serialized stories, you find a magazine cathodique for electrical engineering. Then it's back to pulp, light erotica, an international thriller about circuit benders.
Someone's made themselves a home.
Hmm.
You see a small metal door nested inside a larger one, a heavy steel blast door. There is a conventional keyhole above the handle. It's very small.
How do we open this?
Maybe this is one of the doors we don't open?
He's right. It would be better to open its big brother. A powerful engine hangs under the ceiling. It must control the blast door.
You're right. Open the big one. Do you see any controls anywhere?
I think there's a console just southeast. Let's look around. Getting the blast door open seems like the best plan.
Hmm.
An old cylindrical generator is nested above the ammo lift, with makeshift electrical wiring running out of its side and across the floor. The cables disappear into the wall to your right. The lieutenant puts his hand on the metal barrel, checking for warmth.
It's cold now, but someone has been maintaining it. The wiring has been repaired.
Let's pour some fuel in.
The lieutenant assists you, holding the canister up to the fuel tank as you tilt. Dark brown, viscous fluid pours out, and the room fills with a chemical smell. There's a red starter switch on the side of the cylinder and a start rope on the other side. The lieutenant flicks the switch. The recoil start wakes the old generator up. The machine sputters like an old warhorse before settling down to a rattle.
That should do it.
The tank is far from full, but there should be enough inside to keep it going for a day.
Where do the wires lead?
Downstairs, somewhere?
All right. Let me get that blast door open.
Green paint flecks off the monoblock aluminium cabinet. There are rows of switches on the front panel, a frequency band, and even a keyboard.
What is this then?
The console of an antique computation device. The generator upstairs, with wires coming out. They terminate here.
Could this open the blast door?
I think, yes. Let's see. That one. The emergency open.
All right.
The blast door opens with a series of clicks. A shaft of light appears, then widens as the light shines in. A sudden wave of anxiety makes your skin crawl.
After you.
Let's go. I'm sure this will go great. Small white flowers blossom all around you. Well, well, well. What do we have here?
An old man wearing tracksuit trousers leans on the frame stock of his rifle. He gathers a big ball of spit in his mouth, then spits it out into the extinguished
She was a
fire
true
before him.
patriot.
He raises his black eyes, hooded by creased eyelids, to meet yours. Unclouded by cataracts, his eyesight is sharp.
Are you the fire guy?
The what now?
Did you recently tell?
Can't hear you.
Oh, did you recently tell two kids to put out their fire? The two twins.
I may have. All sorts of little rats have come sniffing around, trying to give up the position.
The position sounds like a hiding place.
Fire guy. Regressive bourgeoisie henchman. Can't even talk like a grown-up.
You've retained your eyesight.
My eyesight? Yes. Helps me see all the shit.
A shudder of disgust passes his right side. Its left side remains motionless.
Did you close the blast door?
I did. And you opened it. How?
I fueled the generator, then used the console.
I should have burned that console down.
How did you know I was coming?
The boat engine. On the water.
Nice gun you got there.
It's not nice. It's a piece of shit. But it gets the job done.
Is that a Bell McGraw?
It's a Triangong 446.
Southeast Samaran made. Exotic. Must be defunct too. No modern rifle manufacturer of that name springs to mind.
A Samaran rifle. How did you get hold of one?
It was sent to us by our brothers in the Sinyao commune. Military aid.
It has stayed true to him. He can still make it sing.
The Sinyao commune?
You heard me. It's good now. Like chalk, white from the ball.
Sorry, I need you to put that gun down so we can talk further with the police.
The lieutenant pulls his pistol from the holster.
You are a glorified night watchman. This is a service rifle. I can only lay it down before an enemy commander of corresponding rank.
Reminds me of the new material sniper rifle that just allegedly set a new distance record. There's so little known about it. Doesn't even have a Wikipedia page. On the manufacturer's website looks like it was made in 2003. Nice. That's either a sign that it's all bullshit or that it's all true and this is like the greatest gun yet. There's no in between. Yeah. Okay, but keep the gun down while we talk.
No. Put it down now, sir.
Or you're gonna blow my brains out before you question me. To hell with it. It's a walking stick anyway. It's out of bullets.
Two guys who got the shot are actual distance shooters for fun before all this happened. Oh, neat.
Like an amputated limb in the sand.
Well, at least they got their 15 minutes of fame, I guess, for getting the new record shot, potentially, if it's true. Who are you?
My name is Josef Lilianovich
Hmm.
Dross, Political Commissar of the 114th Anti-Aircraft Division of the 4th Army of the Commune of Revachol.
I didn't realize it got used to actually shoot someone. I thought they were just like shooting a target.
I am a deserter, a partisan, and a prisoner of war. This is my termless surrender.
The commune of Revachol? Do you mean the ICM? Your holdover from the...
From the Insular Indian Citizens Militia, the army of the revolution. I was recruited in Shamrock in 07, trained in the École de Contrôle Orient, and consigned to emergency defense duties in 08.
I stand by what I said. This is either one of the like biggest breakthroughs with like guns. I don't really know enough about guns to get specific. Or it's absolute 100% BS, and I feel like there's no in between.
I left my unit on the eve of the landing. When I returned here on May 14th, the commune had fallen. Still armed and ideologically trained, I wrote a criticism of myself and resumed partisan duties.
51 minus 8 equals 43.
God damn, that's a lot. Just to come out of nowhere. That kind of makes it feel more like it leans on the BS side, but I don't know. Again, I don't know anything about this type of stuff. Uh. Goddamn. I would also assume that the further it goes, the harder it is to aim, too. You've been on this island for 43 years?
No. I've been on other islands, too. I was in Resurrection until they turned it into a spa in 18. Then I was on E48, a nameless sound, until the sea washed over it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Then I came back here. That was 22 years ago.
What is this place? You said this is your termless surrender.
You're with the RCM, the coalition-appointed mob that enforces bourgeois morals in Revachol.
Yeah, I don't know. Sounds more like BS now that you explain it more. But again, I wouldn't really know enough about it to actually make that call. We're with the RCM. Let's leave it at that.
Let's. You represent the Moralist International, the enemies of humanity who took this city. I represent their adversary, the Parti Communiste d'Ancelonde. Take me to them as a prisoner of war. I have relinquished my weapon. I can no longer serve. No superiors can relieve me of my duty. You bulldoze them all to a mass grave for trying to free humanity.
A spray of blood from his mouth on the black charcoal in the fire pits.
No, we don't. And we don't... The only thing is... I mean, he's at the spot that the shot pointed towards, according to the red thread.
Rene, the royalist on the coast, said.
The communards signed the Revacholian Instrument of Surrender.
Liberal reactionaries signed that instrument. Traitors who should have been burned alive. I answer to the Communist Party.
Is that part of why you've been here all this time? Because the party didn't surrender?
He just wipes the blood from his chin.
Understood.
I don't think you did. You live in a delusion. Radio shows, speed racing, and sporting goods.
Mm-hmm.
It's not real.
True. How have you concealed yourself all these years?
It was hard in the tens. I didn't have partisan training. They were searching for stragglers, those bloodhounds. Floodlights on the water at night.
There were posters, campaigns.
We communards still hoped, and they needed to snuff that hope out. The East capitulated. Martinez and Cold City were turned to dust. But Jamrock, Forburg, even Coron, and Boogie Street, of course. Those fucking kips had Marsov coursing through their veins. And others too. Some cordons of Revachol was still fighting. There were cells. I tried to contact them. Soon they all went silent. The frequency's dead.
When did you get between here and the mainland?
At night, I used a dinghy. I only went after dark then. When I got to the city, I stayed underground. Patrols, you lot, the commons too. They'd started snitching.
In the city, you move underground?
From bunker to bunker. Not anymore. No one cares now. I don't even have to hide. They think I'm another antisocial vagrant. I could walk straight into that town if I wanted. I just...
The weapons cache under St. Ghislaine 22B in the basement. Have you been there?
So you finally found it. There must have been a small squadron's worth of arms in there. Belmer graves, right?
They were damaged beyond use.
I know.
So you've been there?
Sleeping. Some nights, ammo scrounging on others. Those McGraves were shit, even before they corroded. Some had bullets in the chamber, however.
Tell me another thing.
The old man looks across the water at the city, the ruins, the motorways rising above it.
Said you deserted your unit?
I was just 16 years old. 15 when I volunteered. I had a lapse of faith. And of courage, too.
Lapse of faith.
You could say I misunderstood the historic role of the proletariat and thought Mazovian socioeconomics were fallible. For a second, I doubted the irreducible laws of historic materialism. A second is all it took.
For what?
For reaction to take hold.
And when was this exactly?
May the 13th, 08, 44 years ago. The horizon was black with coalition airships. Their petroleum rose to the sky, and it looked like it formed the clouds. Storm clouds. When they started shelling, it was dark magic.
Dark magic?
The combined might of international capital. All at once, all the greed and terror in the world tore into Revachol. It lifted streets from the ground and turned houses into ghosts. We were in the flak tower, huddled on the floor. The artillery was 80 kilometers away in Ozon, but I knew the commune would fall. We would all be turned into ash. So I said I was going to the map room.
A terrible shame still within him. The lobes of his ears are red with it. The shame and smallness of what he became.
What then?
I ran. I climbed the chain link across the water and hid inland. In the bunkers underground. Like the weakest of the weak. A mouse. Frightened of the ordnance all night. And the sound of the rotors in the morning. Whirring.
What was that?
Airships. I climbed out into hell. The landing was complete. The chain was submerged. I had to swim back. The fortress was half submerged too. Shattered. They'd all drowned in the lower levels or got torn to shreds above. The anti-aircraft gun had malfunctioned. So had I. I left them without ideological direction. It was real. I'd seen it. I'd seen it in reality.
Seen what?
The mask of humanity fall from capital. It has to take it off to kill everyone, everything you love. All the hope and tenderness in the world. It has to take it off just for 1 second to do the deed. And then you see it, as it strangles and beats your friends to death. The sweetest, most courageous people in the world. You see the fear and power in its eyes. Then you know.
What?
That the bourgeois are not human. I had to fight it. I had to never stop.
What is this place, this island?
It's not an island, Dwight. It's a defensive fortification of the commune of Revachol. And I am its last surviving defender.
What was it used for?
The congenitally deformed King Philip II built it to restrict access to the Bay of Revachol. We captured it in '02, retrofitted the fort with an AA gun to defend against an airborne landing. Against the whole world.
In the landing, retaking a Revachol?
Coalition military called it Operation Deathblow. I later found out on the radio they called it Deathblow. You're one of them. Tell me, who speaks like that? We had 50 million people on Caillou alone.
Coalition military.
Iblis.
Iblis?
The black-eyed angel.
How have you survived all this time?
How does anyone survive? I steal.
Do you steal?
Supplies, vegetables. I collect rainwater. It's the life of a dog, not a human being.
The Iblis trigger. The blue hedgehog.
How is your health, Mr. Dross?
A 1.
I've been throwing up blood since winter. Red, like beetroot. Been passing it in stool, too.
The RCM can provide medical services. You need to be looked over.
I need to die. You don't have medical facilities. You have guns. That's all they give you. Toy guns.
This is a serious situation. You need to be looked over and we can do it.
There's nothing to look over. The triage is in, and it's black. Administer morphine. Moribund.
He looks at you, his face parched from the sun and the wind. There's a wince of pain in there somewhere.
Great question. So you're a communist soldier from the Communist Army?
No, I am not a soldier. I am an ideological officer. I belong to the party, not the army.
You said you were trained and assigned to the Defense Corps.
Trained in historical materialism, then assigned as a political commissar by the party. These things used to mean something.
Wait, what does a political commissar do?
The old man does not answer. He tilts his silver head and looks at the reeds. You see a small tremor pass through his legs.
His job was to assure the army answers to civilian control and follows the ideology of the commune.
Scientific communism. A commissaire politique is a knight philosopher of the revolution, a future human.
Awakened from shutdown by the promise of ideology, he was like a cleric, a shepherd.
So you were like a priest?
No, the opposite of that. A future human, not a human of the past.
Means you're a trained communist, right?
He nods slowly, then another tremor.
Again, you've been hiding here for 43 years?
43 years and 10 months.
It's the length of my entire life.
It's too long. It's not how a human being should live. But I couldn't just forget what I saw.
What have you been doing during all this time?
Hiding, fishing, waiting.
Where it's morning, on Rue de Saint-Gislain, people are walking. The gas street lights have already been switched off. Further inland, in Jamrock, the streets come alive with workers. Men, women, children rushing. Muddy avenue after muddy avenue. The temperature is rising. Alto cumulus clouds form above Precinct 41. 2 police officers step out of the Whirling Rags cafeteria. Satellite officer Jean-Vic Mayer inspects giant letters across the plaza mosaic in dark red government-marked heavy fuel oil. Patrol officer Judith Minot points west. The fishing village. She glances at her watch. We meet in 15 minutes. It's a 10-minute walk. The officers go, leaving behind the writing, still smelling of petroleum. One day, it says, I will return to your side.
It feels like a good idea for fan art someday.
Always waiting.
For what?
For her to return.
Her who?
Girl child. Revolution.
I've seen it. Capital is too powerful. The rich are very well organized.
They have you. The material base for an uprising has eroded. The working class has betrayed mankind and themselves. The historic opportunity for a revolution has passed.
I have another serious.
It will not
Oh,
come
sorry.
back anymore. However hard I try, whatever I do.
I have another serious question for you.
There's nothing serious in this world. It's a farce.
What have you been using this gun for?
I've used it for killing people.
Here we go. A trail of blood. The lieutenant smells it too.
I feel like that's maybe not what he means, though.
Killing people?
It's a gun. That's what they're for. You want a moralist euphemism? Defending your family and your property. I haven't done that. I've used it to kill people.
Interesting. During or after the war?
There is no after the war. Class war is never over.
So true, King.
So he's continued killing after hostilities ended. Okay. This is it. You can feel it, like battery acid on the tip of your tongue. Something you haven't felt in a while.
But what?
This is what you live for. This is the shit. The great serotonin jackpot. The solution. Go in straight. No euphemisms. He doesn't like those. No. Be careful now. Slow and steady does it. Make him repeat it first. Don't mess this up. Remember, he wants to tell you. Get personal.
So you're saying you killed people after active fighting stopped?
What did I just say?
What did I just tell you? Don't drop the ball now.
Did you use that gun to shoot and kill the mercenary on the coast?
The who now?
The corpse in ceramic armor hanging behind the whirling in rags. Did you shoot him?
Oh yes, that one. Ugly piece of work, that boy.
Did you kill him?
I am a son of a welder and an officer of the commune of Revachol. I do not collaborate with murderers and pederasts of the liberal regime.
Exhaust him with proof. Pile it all on him. Get a confession. The scent of blood in the air. But what else? There was something you can't remember.
Come on, what am I forgetting?
Wait, here it comes. The goddamn Maybells. The dried Maybells on Clausia's roof.
Yes!
There were Maybells in the grass when you got here. They're revolutionary symbols from the war. Nothing else comes up. You see the lieutenant watch you. Try to stimulate thought processes by hitting yourself. I'm sorry, this didn't do anything. Usually hurting yourself does.
Officer, a word? I think we may have this.
You think he did it?
From nothing to this in a day. This is good. We just need a confession first, and then maybe a solid motive later.
What am I missing? What haven't I done?
Ballistics. Let him cook here for a minute or two. We can have another look around the island for a sniper's nest. I think we should check out the post.
It doesn't have to hold in court. Just establish a line of sight and he'll do the rest himself.
Also, the gun. We should pick it up and discuss it in front of him. Make a show of it. Remember, he wants to tell us, but he doesn't want to help us. It needs to look like we already have everything.
There is palpable excitement in his tone. He likes him for this. A lot. But there's something more, too. He thinks the deserter has more than just this case in him. 44 years here.
You think he has more than this case?
Oh, yes. And he hasn't spoken to anybody in a long time. If we get him open, Who knows what will pour out?
Minions of capital. What do you want?
His gaze follows your motions. The rifle feels surprisingly light in your hand. Frame stopped and patched in places with tape and wire.
Inspect it closer.
The rifle's in a shabby state, like a crutch that's seen too much travel. Hieroglyphs are embossed into the forearm, made of walnut. On the butt, you see Vespertine writing, burnt into the wood. Triangong, 4.46mm, made in Sinyao.
As he said, it's a Triangong made in Sinyao.
Worn, personalized even. Looks like this weapon has seen a lot of use, hasn't it, sir?
No response from the old man. The plastic cape around his shoulders rustles in a small bout of wind.
Let's use jacketed ammunition, 4.46.
Jacketed, military-grade ammunition. Stable in flight. Good for hitting something that's very, very far away.
As he speaks, he stresses every word. He's liking this. The old man keeps following your motion with his gaze. His right arm twitches suddenly. This looked very much like the murder weapon. It can be used against him later.
I ain't going anywhere.
Soft covers, serialized fantastique and detective stories. And soft covers, serialized fantastique. Not the soft covers, serialized, not the soft covers, serialized, not the soft covers, serialized, not the
Come on.
soft covers, serialized, not the soft covers, serialized, not soft covers, serialized, not soft covers, serialized, fantastic, not soft covers, serialized, not soft covers, serialized, not soft covers, serialized, not soft covers, serialized, not the soft covers, serialized, not the
Yeah, never mind.
soft covers, serialized. Oh yes, under the bed, there is a rather extensive collection of critical theory, that is, dour, life non-affirming left-wing literature, published by small imprints such as Abattoir Firm and Ouzia. It's not exactly like reading.
look him a book. Left wing. I have no comments to you.
Ooh, Sia. Looks like our straggler has kept some literature around for a quick ideological fix.
As usual, he does not respond to the political agitation.
Hmm.
The greasy old.
The offer still stands.
The bed is quite.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna end here for the night, though. And we'll find the evidence Friday night. Alright, I feel like we got a lot done, honestly, though, for a 3-hour stream. So I can't really complain too much. Kind of wish I'd found my gun before that last encounter, but oh well. No idea what I would have needed to do to get it, so it is what it is. Do a quick look around if someone to read. Cotelry's doing some art. I guess I'll read them. Seems like a chill thing to read into. Yeah. Music stream tomorrow. I'm not gonna talk a lot probably. Even if my voice feels better, just to be safe. But it's a music stream, so more this Friday. I don't know if we'll finish. I honestly, at this point, I've just accepted I have no idea how long this game is, and I have no idea what the ending is. This could be the ending for all I know, or we could have like a bajillion more streams. I have no idea. The game's so well written that there are like times where it's like I legitimately can't decide if this is a side quest or not. Yeah, true. Just depends on the route you take. Saturday and Sunday we're gonna play through Resident Evil 3 Nemesis on the PS1. And then what we do Monday is gonna depend on if I beat this Friday or not. Because if not, then we'll play it Monday. Stars. Yeah. Guess that's about it then. So BPR is my socials. And yeah. Type out the right message. Thanks for coming out. Not everyone has a voice line in Project Xenogenesis. Does indeed say stars. He better say stars. Be mad if he didn't. Yeah. Thanks for coming out. Have a good day, good night, whatever's for you, and I'll see you guys in the next stream. Mwah.